Rare American coins that tell a story of history, value, and legacy today, we uncover the mystery and hidden treasures of the Jefferson Nickel from 1940, a coin that carries more than just 5 cents in metal. It carries the story of America itself. The Jefferson Nickel of 1940 stands as one of the most intriguing and historically important coins in American numismatic history, and to understand its true meaning, we must go back to the origins of the Jefferson Nickel series itself, which began in 1938 when the United States Mint decided to replace the long-running Buffalo nickel that had been in circulation since 1913. The Buffalo design, though loved by many, had become difficult to strike with sharp detail, and the Mint sought a new coin that would not only represent American values, but also honor one of the nation's most influential founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. In 1938, the Treasury announced a public design competition to select the new nickel, and the winning artist was Felix Schlag, a German-born American sculptor, whose design presented a left-facing portrait of Jefferson on the obverse with the word liberty inscribed, alongside the motto, "In God We Trust," while the reverse carried the iconic image of Monticello Jefferson's Virginia home. This design was chosen for its dignity, clarity, and ability to strike well in the minting presses, and it became the face of the 5-cent piece for decades to come. Now, as we move into the year 1940, the United States was still emerging from the Great Depression, while also keeping a watchful eye on the mounting global tensions of World War II. Though America had not yet entered the war, the economy and the culture of the nation were already being shaped by the possibility of conflict, and coins like the Jefferson Nickel became both a symbol of everyday life and a tool of commerce that supported the national economy in times of change. In 1940, the Jefferson Nickel was struck at 3 different mint facilities: the Philadelphia Mint, the facilities, the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint, each producing millions of coins, yet with subtle variations in mint marks strike quality and rarity that today attract collectors. The Philadelphia Mint produced the highest number of 1940 nickels, with no mint mark present on the coin, as was the custom for Philadelphia issues. During that era, the Denver Mint marked its coins with a small d located to the right of Monticello on the reverse, and the San Francisco Mint marked its coins with an S in the same position for collectors. These mint marks are crucial in identifying and classifying the coin. The 1940D and 1940S nickels, while not exceedingly rare, still hold a premium over the Philadelphia issue in higher grades, and the quality of strikes, particularly from San Francisco, can vary significantly, making gem-quality coins difficult to locate. When considering the design itself, one must notice that Felix Schlag's work, although elegant, went through modifications before final approval. His original design for Monticello had a more 3-dimensional perspective, but it was changed to a flat head-on view for easier striking, and over the years the Jefferson Nickel design was criticized for being plain or uninspired, yet it remained in circulation largely unchanged until 2004, when the Westward Journey series brought redesigns. The 1940 Jefferson Nickel therefore belongs to the earliest years of the series and represents a piece of American history just before the Great Transformation brought by World War II. Collectors often examine the 1940 nickel for specific varieties and errors such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or striking anomalies, which can greatly increase the value of a coin. For example, a doubled die obverse, where the inscriptions show clear doubling, can command significant interest among numismatists. Although not as widely known as some of the later wartime silver nickels, the 1940 issues have their own place in the world of rare and collectible American coins. Condition also plays a huge role in determining value. A circulated 1940 nickel may be worth only a small premium over face value, but coins in mint state especially, those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, can reach much higher prices, particularly if they exhibit strong, luster-clean surfaces and sharp details of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello. The historical context of this coin also adds to its significance. In 1940, Franklin D. Roosevelt was president. The nation was slowly mobilizing its industries, preparing for potential involvement in the war, and American culture was shifting toward unity and resilience. Coins like the Jefferson Nickel circulated through the hands of ordinary Americans, buying goods during a time when every cent mattered. They were carried in pockets of workers, soldiers, and families, becoming silent witnesses to an era of uncertainty and transformation. The legacy of Thomas Jefferson himself also infused the coin with symbolic weight. Jefferson was not only the author of the Declaration of Independence, but also the founder of the University of Virginia, a champion of individual rights and a complex figure in American history, whose vision of democracy still resonates today. By placing Jefferson on the nickel, the United States Mint reinforced the values of liberty, knowledge, and Republican governance at a time when those values were being challenged abroad. As we continue to explore the coin in more detail, we see that the metallurgical composition of the 1940 nickel was the standard copper-nickel alloy, consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition remained unchanged until the wartime years of 1942 to 1945, when nickel was removed from the coinage to conserve the metal for war production. Those wartime nickels are known as silver nickels, but the 1940 issue retains the traditional alloy and represents the last peaceful era of Jefferson nickels before the changes of the Second World War. Throughout the decades, collectors have come to appreciate the 1940 Jefferson nickel not just as a coin, but as a piece of American storytelling. The wear on a circulated example speaks to the millions of hands it passed through and the economic life it supported, while a pristine, uncirculated example represents the craftsmanship of the mint, and the enduring beauty of Schlag's design. Auction records show that top-graded examples of 1940D or 1940S nickels can bring strong prices, particularly when they achieve the designation of full steps, meaning the steps of Monticello on the reverse are fully visible without wear or weakness. This full steps designation is one of the most important measures of strike quality for Jefferson nickels, and collectors pursue it with great passion. The Jefferson nickel of 1940 is therefore not merely a small 5-cent piece, but a window into the artistry, economy, and history of the United States. It reflects a moment in time just before global conflict would reshape the nation, and it remains a treasured object for collectors, historians, and those who value the tangible reminders of America's journey. Every detail from the portrait of every detail from the portrait of Jefferson to the architectural rendering of Monticello carries meaning and significance, and by studying these coins, we preserve not only numismatic knowledge, but also the cultural heritage they embody.